Day in the life of a stay-at-home mompreneur, new mom again, and homeschooling mom. And I'm just going to attach this right here while I finish getting ready. Let me just also say this for those that have been following me for a while. You will hear that I use homeschooling and online school interchangeably. I did do a whole breakdown of the difference between the two. But yes, this school year we are enrolled in online school. I'm gonna just keep saying homeschooling because that's what I did for the last 4 years. And let me put y'all on game about how online school worked for us the past 3 weeks. Okay, so we are now on week 4. We're going into week 4 of online school through Arkansas Virtual Academy, which is through K-12. Okay, let me tell y'all, listen, these first 3 weeks, I don't know if I misread the website. I don't know if I misunderstood the videos, the phone consultation, the orientation. But honey, keep in mind, I said this in my previous videos. The reason why I switched to online school is because with now having a newborn, a 9-month-old, it's a lot of work. It's so much work. And I just couldn't see doing what I was doing, sitting down, going through each subject with the boys, helping them, being on call, like doing all the things with them and balancing a newborn baby. Because although my husband works in the home, he is an entrepreneur and he works, like he has to work. So the whole idea is try my best not to interrupt his flow, his income flow, his work flow, his call flow, his schedule flow to assist me with the mommy and stuff. But hey, here we are. So, y'all, the first 3 weeks, now I am going to say they were also doing a lot of testing. So they had to test their reading levels, they had to test their math skills, and this was the entire school. So there was a lot of testing going on. But when I tell y'all, that teacher, she packed on the workload. She packed on the workload. Now, we may have 3 to 4 classes a day, but I kid y'all not, there were several days that we worked from sun up to sundown. And I mean, with minimal breaks, like, okay, let's take a break and eat lunch. Let's take a break and eat dinner. We're going to miss after school care today because we have so much work. Like, I am not playing about that. And here's the kicker. Who was going to teach all the subjects? We only had one live per week. I think one week we may have had 2 lives, but keep in mind, one of the lives, she's considered the homeroom teacher. So one live, she was just kind of checking in. Let's come up with classroom rules. Everybody get to know one another. And this live was like 30 minutes. The other live was actually testing because with online school, they will do standardized testing. But because we do it online, it's a way that they do it that's a little bit neat where you pull up the testing system and you share your screen. If you're familiar with Zoom, you share your screen so that the teacher can see anything. You have to keep your camera on and your microphone on the entire test to make sure you're not getting help. You're not giving answers. You're not Googling. So that's pretty neat. I commend them for that because the one year that we did do a virtual school, that was the year of COVID, they had to physically go to the school and take the testing. But the whole idea of doing virtual school was, I don't want to be around y'all. I don't want my kids around y'all, right? But that was that. So they have made a lot of enhancements to online school since then, since we first did it. And that was their kindergarten year. I break that all down. I'm trying my best not to ramble. But anyways, y'all, so she's on live, but she's not really doing any teaching. And so now, you know what that means for me? I'm the teacher. So, guys, like I said, the workload has been so heavy. The workload has been so heavy, and I had to do all of the teaching. So I was a little bit blindsided by that because keep in mind the whole reason why I decided to do online school was because I needed the assistance. I was excited about them having an actual teacher and me being considered the learning coach. But guys, when I tell y'all these first 3 weeks, I have literally been doing everything, sitting down every single subject with them, going through everything, teaching the lesson, administering the practices, doing the activities in the workbook because y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into a lesson. And I know this from homeschooling, but I think it's just totally different when you actually have a teacher and they're providing the curriculum and you just have to kind of follow and do it how they want you to do it. So they gave me a lesson guide and everything. But again, I was a little bit blindsided. It's not what I expected for online school, but here we are. So what our day has been looking like so far. I know what I said, what I'm not trying to do or what I wasn't trying to do with my husband's schedule. But guys, it's kind of a little bit unavoidable right now. And I think we're just still getting adjusted. So I start off the day like typically right now, literally Melody had just woke up and I had to put her back down. But sometimes when I get up, no matter how early I get up, it's like her body feels me getting up and she gets up. But what it looks like is typically I get up, I get dressed, and then I take her downstairs, put her in her chair and put on her learning program. Me and the boys start at 8 a.m. And we just dive in. We look at all of the classes for today and we pick which one we want to do first, and we literally just dive in. They make them a quick smoothie or something. They don't do really heavy breakfasts at the very start of the day. We wait a little bit later, like do more like brunch. That's kind of what we've been doing for a long time. But yeah, and then we work as best as we can. And if Melody starts crying or she gets restless or she wants too much attention, then she goes with my husband and he just tries his best to work with her. So I know that that's unfavorable, really for both of us at this time, because like I said, our reasoning for deciding on online school was that an actual teacher would teach. And that just, it kind of hasn't been the case, to be honest, for the first 3 weeks. And like I said, maybe it's because of the testing and all of the things that they had going on the first 3 weeks, orientations, and some people still haven't received their supplies and things like that. New students are still enrolling because with K-12, you can enroll at any time. It also, one of the things that they list was that school was supposed to be really flexible. The whole thing with online school is the flexibility. You can work from anywhere and on your own time. But y'all, the amount of work that she was giving, I just couldn't imagine being on vacation and doing it, like just keeping it real. I have no problem with the schooling aspect because I did homeschool for the last 4 years, but it was just when my expectations were a little bit differently. Now, I am under the impression that this week, she's going to do more teaching, several classes. I do see that it's on the calendar. So maybe the first 3 weeks was just because there was so much testing and everything going on, that, she had a lot on her plate. But my thing is, sis, you could have went down on that workload a little bit, because I'm talking about the workload was, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I'm not exaggerating. It was a lot of work. So here we are now, and let's just see. Let's just see how it goes. I'm still hopeful that this will be what I thought it would be, but we just have to see. At the end of the day, I asked in the very beginning how easy it would be to cancel and just go back to regular homeschooling, if I decided to do that. And I'm under the impression that that is very easy to do and that can be done at any time if I decide. But I am the type of person, I'll stick anything out. If I had a vision, I'll stick it out as long as I possibly can before I just quit. I'm not a quitter. I can't tell you anything in life that I've ever just quit on. So, we'll see what happens. I'll definitely keep y'all updated with how everything goes. And as for the boys, y'all, like I have to commend them because my kids have always loved learning. They have always loved learning. When we were homeschooling, when they figured out that there were times that they could get ahead or they could work, at night so that they can have the day off, they were all over it. And with this, they have definitely been like soldiers, even if the workload is extremely big and heavy. And I feel like, God, Lee, when is this going to be over? They just thug it out and they keep going. And this is how we were able to get so far ahead in homeschooling. I can't wait to see how they did on their testing. But yeah, I definitely have to commend them because they are some soldiers. Like they just like, it is what it is. We got to learn. We know we got to do what we got to do. And they just get it done. I do a little bit of yelling at them. Yes, I can sometimes be a yelling parent. I know. I get onto them sometimes about their focus or just wanting to play sometimes so much. But again, I have to really commend them because they are really, really hard workers for real. I literally hear the boys right now. And I think that they're already headed downstairs and it's not even 8 o'clock yet. Like, I love this for us. Okay, so let's go get dressed. Okay, so I know what y'all are thinking. Girl, you wear that for homeschooling? No, so I also have therapy today and our schedule is going to be really, really tight. So I just got dressed for the day. Typically, I just put on a cheap little 2-piece set or workout outfit or something like that and I homeschool in that. But today I have other things going. So I got dressed. And plus when my hair is done, I do like getting like dressed. But anyways, here we are. I'm about to make it downstairs. I'm about 15 minutes early. Melody is still asleep. That's the only reason why I'm early. So I'm gonna go ahead and head downstairs, join them, get started for the day. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. And after this week, I will give y'all another update on online school. At the end of the day though, y'all, right now, the way that I'm feeling about online school, even though it's not what I expected, I do still prefer this over physically going to a public school. I just have my own reasons, and it will have to be other things, other factors that would make me switch back to regular public school, physically taking them, dropping them off every day. Yeah, this is going to still be more flexible. Like if we decided that we wanted to pick up and travel next month or this month, they can still just take their computers, take their headsets and do it. Now, would that be fun travel? No, but sometimes when we do travel, we travel for work. So, hey, we're all working. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So stay tuned for the next update. Bye, y'all.